Welcome back to The Hill on NewsNation. Yet again, another birthday for America. So we wanted to take a look at the state of our nation's democracy. The contested 2020 election, for example, the aftermath of January 6th, threats from China and Russia, and the contentious relationships that are going on right now between the presidency, Congress, and the Supreme Court. Joining us now are some of the nation's leading experts on this issue. Richard Pildes is a constitutional law professor at New York University. Lindsay Chervinsky is a presidential historian at Southern Methodist University. Brett Carter is a professor at the University of Southern California and a fellow at Stanford University. And of course, Bob Cusack is the editor-in-chief of The Hill. Thank you all for joining us. Kind of want to go around the horn here and just start with where you think democracy stands right now in the U.S. Bob, since you're sitting next to me, let's start with you.
Oh, listen, I think we're in a very polarizing time. There are disappointing results from the polls that I've read recently. One of them is pride in America is down. So I think the country can have problems, but you can still be proud of this country. Those numbers are down. And really, for the last, I'd say, decade, partly because of politics, we're in a tough spot right now.
Yeah. Richard, your thoughts on this 4th of July?
Yes, I think there's some negatives and some positives. On the negative side, in the lifetime of most of us, we have not had to worry about the legitimacy and the stability of our elections. In the 1960s, things were very turbulent, but even then, there wasn't a lot of dispute about the legitimacy of the election process. Now we operate in a sea of pervasive distrust from both sides. And that's very troubling. The positive side is there have been a number of developments since 2020 that have helped shore up the democratic process, the election process. Congress stepped up to the plate with the electoral count reform. The Supreme Court stepped up to the plate with its recent decision in this Moore versus Harper case. And we are in a better place now, I think, than we were 2 years ago. But we really operate with a great deal of anxiety that's very unusual in American recent history.
Brett, Lindsay, to either of you, who's got a positive outlook? Let's take it from one of you two. Brett, I see you smiling. Go for it.
I'm smiling principally because I'm not sure I see as much reason for optimism. Unfortunately, it seems to me that American voters are more polarized than ever. You know, and we know from trends across the world that democracy is weakened whenever voters are more inclined to put partisanship ahead of the basic principles of democracy. And my fear is that that's what we're seeing now. You know, we need voters to punish candidates who cast doubt on the integrity of our electoral process. And we need voters to really sort of begin to put partisanship to the side and really kind of, again, focus on the principles of democracy.
So the presidential historian over at SMU, Lindsay, how do you see it?
Well, I'd be happy to offer one note of optimism. I do agree with all my fellow panelists about, you know, the things that are cause for concern, and I could add to them, and I will over the course of our conversation. But I think the one note of optimism that I see at this moment is that voters are rejecting candidates who appear to show a disposition to reject democracy. So in the 2022 midterms, as we saw a slate of candidates that were election deniers, that wanted to undermine the sanctity of the vote, which is, of course, the bedrock of our democracy, voters overwhelmingly rejected those candidates. And that was really essential, I think, both for our understanding and our belief in the importance of democracy, but also for the tangibles about elections going forward at the state and local level. We have to have people that want to uphold the counting of the vote and the sanctity of election. And voters did stand behind that, at least in the most recent election.
You know, Bob sort of hit on this a second ago. I want to show a recent poll among voters, among Americans. They believe whether or not democracy is imperiled in this country or not. And you could see there, 71% say yes. Only 1 in 5 say no. Worrying to you?
It is worrying. I mean, after the 2012 election, Blake, remember Mitt Romney lost to Obama. Obamacare was on the ballot, okay? And John Boehner, the speaker at the time, said, okay, Obamacare is now law of the land. And what happened? He took so much crap from the right flank. And that was the first time that I recognized, wow, it used to be you have elections and then it's like, okay, they won or we lost or whatever, we won, let's go to work. Now it's about the next election cycle.
And then that issue became a huge issue, as we know, in 2016. It was the first thing that then President Trump and Republicans tried to overturn, couldn't.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.